All right, mathematicians, we're back with some more graphing. Today is going to be, I think, the last day that we're going to do graphing for a little while. So, the graphs that we looked at yesterday and the day before, and when we were at school, they only had two options of things for you to choose from. But today, as you can see, the graph that I have behind me, the students were given three things that they got to choose between. Okay, so the question is, would you rather drink water, milk, or juice? And this is what some of the students said when asked if they would rather drink water, milk, or juice. Okay, so this is how many friends chose water. Go ahead and count that on your own. Okay, this is how many friends chose milk. Count that. And this is how many friends chose juice. Any kind of juice. It didn't matter what kind, just juice. Okay, cool. So they got three choices and they only could choose one. And this is what they said. So if you have someone with you, like a mom, dad, brother, sister, cousin, grandma, aunt, whatever, I'm going to ask a few questions and I want you to tell them your answer. If not, just tell them to me right here on the computer, okay? What is our graph about? Yeah, our graph is about, would students rather drink water, milk, or juice? So our graph is about what would we like to drink? What would we rather drink? Okay. I want you to tell someone next to you, what is something that you notice about this graph? What is this graph telling us? Okay. And here's my next question for you. How many people like water? Looking at this graph, how many of the students chose water? Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 friends. I'm going to go all the way down here. 7 friends chose water. Okay. How many friends chose milk? Awesome. I counted that really quickly because I saw 2 here and 2 here, and I knew 2 and 2 together makes 4. Okay, so 4 friends chose milk. And then our last one is how many friends chose juice? Go ahead and count that. Awesome. You guys got it. 9 friends chose juice. Okay. All right. So, my next question is, how many people, actually, I'm going to back up just a little bit. Which drink is the most popular? So the word popular means well-liked. It means a lot of people enjoy it. So which drink is the most popular? Yeah, juice. Juice is the drink that is the most popular because it has more friends that like to drink it. Awesome. Okay, so how many people how many people responded to this survey? So if I'm looking at our graph, I want to know how many people answered the question, would you rather drink water, milk, or juice? So how many people answered that question? All right. So when I want to know how many people answered the question or how many people answered the survey, I want to add all of the answers together from all 3 groups. So I can look down here. We have 7, 4, and 9. And what I can do is I just want to put all of those numbers together. So I'm going to start with my biggest number, 9, and I'm going to count on 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So I know that 20 people answered this survey. So I'm just going to turn these numbers down here into an equation. We took 7 and we added 4 and we added 9 and we just counted to double check, and we knew that that made 20. So 20 students answered this survey. Cool. Okay. Another way, just to do some quick, let's move away from graphing for a second, just some quick number talks. What you could do is you could break these numbers into smaller numbers to add them together. So here's what I did to help me. I broke this 4 into a 3 and a 1. So 7 plus 3 makes 10. I know 7 and 3 makes that friendly number 10. And then I took the 1 that was left, because 3 and 1 makes 4. I took the 1 that was left, 1, and I added it to 9 to make 10. So I made 10 over here and 10 over here. And if I'm counting that, 10 plus 10 makes 20. So that was another way that if you didn't want to count these, you could have broken these numbers into smaller parts and added them together. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we are going to look at, let's look at water and milk, okay? How many more people like water than milk? So we're not going to look at juice. We're just looking at water and milk. So I know water has more, but I want to know how many more. Okay, so here is where I am going to find where they are the same. So they're the same, they're the same, they're the same. Oh, here is where they are not the same. Oh, this is so tricky. Okay, here's where they're not the same. And I want to count how many more water has than milk. So I would count 1, 2, 3. Water has 3 more than milk. Awesome, okay? All right, now let's look at, this is gonna be kind of tricky because they're on opposite sides. They're not next to each other. Let's look at water and juice. So water has fewer than juice. Water has less. So I wanna know how many less it has. So what I could do is I could take 9 and I could count back 9 until I get to 7. 9, 8, 7. 2. So we could say water has 2 less. Okay. Another way that we could do that is what we just did with milk and water. We can find where they're the same. So juice and water, they're the same. And they're still the same. They still the same. They're still the same, juice and water, they still have partners, they're still the same, oh, they're still the same, and then, oh, this guy, he doesn't have a partner over here, so I'm going to put my, my marker here to show. So how many more does juice have that water doesn't have? So we could say 2. So we would say water is 2 less than juice because it doesn't have 2 right here for them to be the same. Okay, those are some tricky problems. So if you get confused, just go back and watch this again. Yeah, how many more and how many fewer can be a little tricky sometimes. So we have to make sure we do a little extra practice on it. Okay, awesome. So that is what I have for you guys today. That was just a quick little lesson using 3 different numbers. Today, your dojo assignment, this is going to be a little fun. Your dojo assignment for today, sorry, I'm pulling it up on my computer so I remember, is going to be, I want you to go around your house and I want you to count how many pillows you have, how many chairs you have, and how many tables you have. Okay, at your house or wherever you're at right now. You're going to count pillows, chairs, and tables. And then what I want you to do is I want you to make a graph that looks just like this, except it will say pillows, tables, and chairs. And I want you to tell me how many pillows you have, how many tables you have, and how many chairs you have. And then I want you to tell me how many of all of those do you have together. And after you're finished making your graph, I want you to take a picture of it and upload it onto Dojo for me. Cool? I'm excited to see you guys and making your graphs and what you guys learn about how many pillows, tables, and chairs you guys have. Cool.